So I have made another Sims 4 save file a while ago. You may have known that I made a save file for Newcrest, which was like shells that are between 20% and 80% done, and you have to complete the rest. Well, I've done the exact same in Oasis Springs, but a lot better this time, and I'm really excited to share this with you. So for those of you who didn't watch the original video, don't worry. Every single lot is either a partially complete shell with a roof, with design, with some furniture. Others are just completely blank shells, and the point of this save file is that you build it up as you go along, because I feel like when you download other people's save files, it doesn't feel like it's yours, but by actually giving you guys a partially completed save file and you having to complete it yourself, not only is it fun for you, but it also makes it feel like yours, but you don't have to put in all of the hard work. And this save file is base game friendly. I've uninstalled every single pack when I worked on this, and it's console friendly, so I will let you guys know exactly how to download it either way right at the end of the video, so make sure you stay until then. Also, excitingly this time, I have added loads of different households, loads of different townies, and they are all sexy. There is not one realistic body image standard in sight. They are all smoking hot. So when you click on a build, if you go into the info panel on the bottom left, it will say very easy, medium, hard, or very hard, and every single shell is being rated in terms of how difficult I think it will be for you to complete. This is not like a build challenge save, like every room is a different color. They're just normal houses, but your job is to finish them off. We'll look at this one here, a cave abode. This one is very easy. Decorate the interior and exterior of this stationary trailer. If you have tiny living stuff, change to a tiny home lot type. Stick to a starter budget. So as a very easy challenge, this is just a very tiny starter home. As you see, it's extremely tiny in fact, and there's nothing in here, so you've basically just got to furnish it yourself, and there's not really much for you to do because of how small it is. I just feel like every single Sims 4 world should have 1 or 2 starter homes, one for a single sim household and another for a family. So this is a single sim household starter home, and as you can see, it's a stationary caravan, and it's got a cute little garden that you can decorate yourself. In fact, this whole neighborhood has been done over with trailers. This is a trailer trash neighborhood. Next, we're going to check the Stevenson household. Now, in the description, obviously remember to change it to lot detail. This one is easy. It's a modern family caravan, partially completed interior and exterior. The homeowners have recently expanded their family and are building an extension. Complete the extension and fully decorate the interior. So as you can see, we have the parents and we also have the 3 kids. So taking a look at this one, you can see right at the back, this is their original trailer that they had, and this is their garden and everything. And when you go inside, it's actually pretty much done. All you have to do is just clutter the inside and make it look quite nice, because there's no decorations in here. And then we've got the extension, which is for their 3 kids. They've got 3 infants, so you're gonna have to do something with this extension. Maybe you actually want to move the parents' bedroom into this extension and put the infants in there. It's entirely up to you. It's not rigid, it's your save file. This is just a guide, so I just feel like it was a fun thing to add on for you to do, just to do this little box here and also do some cluttering. Next up, we are going into this household here. Now, this is a trailer park. This is a medium challenge. For this one, there are 3 trailers. Now, one has been fully done. This is where the pre-made household live, and I can see it's fully done on the inside and on the outside. It's been cluttered and decorated, and I did this one just to give you guys an example of how you could go about doing a caravan like this. And then we've got this one here, which is partially completed on the outside, but the inside is not done, but there is a floor plan and I have added walls and stuff. And then we look at this one, and this one is a completely empty shell, so you probably want to start with this one and then move on to this one because it's a lot harder. I did also add like a building here, which if you own Laundry Day, you could put a laundry machine there or whatever you can think of, and probably do a little bit more decorating on the actual grounds itself because there's not much here. This next one is really exciting, on Sandtrap Flat. This one is an easy challenge, and I actually built a bar. This is a converted caravan. I mean trailer. It's a trailer and it's been converted into a bar. There's nothing in there, but I've added like 2 toilets, and this is the inside. So you'd obviously put the like bar stuff here. This This one is probably a little bit more challenging because it's actually on a diagonal, this lot, so you're going to have to place things diagonally. You're definitely going to need move objects on, but this one was really exciting for me to make because when I go about doing my save files, I always think to myself, what would you actually need for gameplay? And I just feel like having this little cozy trailer bar is probably a really fun gameplay concept. And next we have the Brown household. This one is a totally empty trailer, and your job is to actually complete this trailer and make it suitable based on the likes and the dislikes of the two residents in it. So you've actually got to think about the Sims in there and how you would make the house work for them. This one is a medium challenge. In general though, this trader neighborhood is kind of like the starter area, the more tutorial-y area, I guess. Next up, let's go to this top left area, which was really fun to make, which I've done in a Mediterranean style. This one has a pre-made household in there, and this one is an easy challenge, and that's because I did all of the hard work for you. I built this Mediterranean style shell on the outside, and the outside is basically done apart from plants and lights and some other basic decoration. On the inside, I've done a full-on floor plan for you, and I've added all of the doors and windows, and I've also added walls and flooring, so it's really obvious where things are supposed to go. So I really wanted to give you guys like a big house that looked really like magnificent, but it was easy. That was really important to me to have at least something like that. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this one. I really enjoyed making the shell. This next one, I guess you could say it's just a little step up, because this one, again, I've done the whole shell, but I have not added any doors or windows. I think I've added the doors, I have, but I have not added any windows anywhere. So if we take a look on the inside, you'll see that there is a floor plan. I've done the staircase and everything going up, but you've got to do a lot more hard work for this one, so you might want to work your way up towards it. Also, in all of these lots, I've done like patches where, like, obviously you would want to put plants. It's kind of like, I've seen somebody say before, it's like a paint by numbers thing. I've also added fountains, you know, to a lot of the builds, actually. I thought it would be really fun to add some fountains here and there, so you can practice using them, because most people don't bother with fountains. This next one I've labeled as a very hard challenge. This is another Mediterranean style home, but you've literally got to do everything yourself. I have not given you anything in terms of how it should look, only the actual shell itself. I did give you an interior floor plan, so it's not massively mean, but it is a little bit mean, so you've got to work a lot harder for this one. This one is also, I believe I labeled it as hard. This is actually a family starter home. So you know in The Sims 4 you get 20k, but you get an extra 2k for each extra member of the house. So this is a 3 Sims starter, meaning that your challenge is to complete it in under 24k, and I've given you an idea of how you could do a layout, but you've got to do a lot. I mean, this build definitely needs some more decoration added to it for sure. It's very basic, and it's going to be a challenge because obviously it is a starter. Next, I want to look at the bottom neighborhood, which had the community lots. First, we're going to look at this nightclub I did under the Futures Past, which was originally the museum. This one is medium. I have changed all the lots. I just feel like, okay, not every single world needs to have a museum and a bar and a nightclub and whatever. Like in The Sims 4, you can travel between worlds. Like it's not that deep. So this is why I found it was just fine to just change it up. I really wanted to do a more like upper end nightclub compared to the like dingy trailer trash bar. So this is the basic shell from the outside, and I can't recommend enough, guys. Like please change it up. I just use these like random panels from the base game on this, but if you're in a pack with something else that you could use, please change it, because obviously I was just limited to the base game. That goes for all of the builds. This one doesn't have a door, I believe, to the front, but I've done a basic shell and given you a rough idea. So I've added a bar here to show you where I might personally place a bar, and I use some platforms so you can make like a cozy seating area in these two spaces here and another platform here. If you own the get together pack, maybe maybe you could put DJ booth here or something. And then I also added an outside where you should probably customize this fountain, change it up. I don't know why I made the pool red, but I did. And then you can maybe add like a bench here, make it romantic. And then I added like an area here for planters, which is quite cool. And you can put statues on these platforms, is up to you. And then going upstairs again, I've sectioned off a bathroom quite clearly here and another cozy area. And you can make this a woohoo dungeon, whatever you want to do. And then we've got another back room here, maybe like a private bar. So this one was really fun to make. On the solar flare lot, I actually changed this one into a small park. This is a very easy challenge. I had some fun with the roof design on this one. I wanted to make something that looked like quite modern, but kind of interesting. I did test it. Sims can definitely walk through this. I've added a couple more fountains here, and I've sectioned off some areas to make it quite clear what you would do. Like you would make this area a kids play park, and then here you could put a chess table or a barbecue or something. Same on this side, there's an area for plants. So this is quite a simple one you can do. I got rid of the burners and builders gym and instead changed it into a swimming pool lot, which again, this one was really fun to make. Actually, I enjoyed making this sign up here. This one, the floor plan has been done. You've got the main entrance with like a staff room here, and then you go in through the separate doors for the changing rooms, and then I don't know what this is. Oh, this is toilets, I guess. And then you go out into the main pool area, and I've used different platforms and wall heights here to try and make it feel quite interesting and unique. So hopefully you'll build something really fun with this one. Obviously add lots of plants to it. Now under the rattlesnake's juice spot, I changed it into a museum. Originally I didn't want a museum, but then I thought actually it would be really good to have a science museum, because we have got this really obnoxiously large rocket ship and this horrifically large observatory, which like you wouldn't be able to fit in your house, would you? So I've actually made the decision to make a science museum, and it contains these two huge objects which I think your Sims would be able to use and find useful. So that's why I really wanted to have a community lot with them, and it was actually kind of inspired by a museum that I saw in Germany, very loosely inspired, but I guess it's a very simple design but modern. Obviously you want to change it. Like I would completely remove these columns and the spandrel, is it called, and completely change it to a different one depending on what packs you own. It is fully customizable in that way. And then the inside, this is quite a hard challenge. The inside is not done at all, so you will have to fit it, but I tried to keep it as like a small museum because I don't feel like you need that much. When I did the community lots here too, I did also have a think about what I've already put in the Newcrest one, because in the Newcrest one there's already a library, there's already a gym, there's already a wedding venue, so you don't literally need all these things in every single world. It just wastes space. So I tried to prioritize adding just like loads of houses. Next up we're going to look at Desert Bloom Park. I actually changed this lot type to a national park. I don't think it was a national park before, so this one is like a proper paint by numbers build. I have not really given you anything. I've given you a tiny little shell of a building here. I've given you a little pond, and I've added pathways and green bits where you would put trees and things, but in general you are gonna have to do everything here. I've added a brown bit. I guess you could do like planter boxes in there. I'm not too sure. The reason why I made it a national park is if you do a normal park, the game wants you to put in like chess tables and playground equipment, but as a national park you just need a grill, a trash can and a picnic table, so you don't need that much. And depending on what packs you own, I would definitely put things in here, like, you know, those food stalls with the vendors. I would definitely put one of those here, for example. I've made some little areas that you can put benches and things, so hopefully you guys will enjoy doing this one. Next we look at the bottom right neighborhood. Every single household is filled up here. This challenge is very easy. I've basically done pretty much the whole build for you, but you've got to decorate and furnish the inside. In some of the builds like this one, I've actually added basic furniture, which acts basically as a blueprint to show you where you can place objects. So obviously you would want to remove all of this furniture and place your own. I'm also just place it as a guide to show you where you could put things. So you could just like delete all of this and change it with what you want. But I thought it was important to put it in there for the easier challenges, just to make it obvious what to do. And I really enjoyed making this one because it's quite a nice, cute modern home. Also, in all of these homes, there are barely any debug cars in the Sims 4 base games. So I definitely recommend getting debug cars from other packs. house, because every single household in this world basically has the same car. This next one on the Vista Quarry lot is a medium challenge. I've done a modern shell for you, so you've got all of the basics there, and you've got to make it appropriate for the pre-made household that I've got to live in there. So there are 3 bedrooms, well, technically 2 in the main house, and then there's this little like side house, so you want to put a door here to it. Maybe you can make the teen in the household live here, for example, by themselves, and then we've got the full-on downstairs partially done. So I feel like you've got a lot of work to do with this one. That's why I made it a medium challenge. Also, in every single build, I've put a mailbox and I've put a wheelie bin, because I know everybody constantly forgets to put these objects in, so that's why I've done it. This next one is a medium challenge, I believe, and I've done the layout inside and I've added doors, but that's pretty much it. You've still got to complete the exterior, so you've got to change the roof tile pattern, you've got to add doors and windows and do all the plants in the planter pots that I've put outside to make a cute little balcony. There's a lot for you to do, mostly for the inside. This next one is an easy challenge. This is a modern tiny home. Obviously you don't need tiny living stuff, but if you do, you can change it to a tiny home. This one is very basic. There's nothing on the inside, but it's quite small and easy. I feel like you could do this quite quickly, and you can just add some planters in the planter pots and do like a basic exterior. This isn't a starter home, so you've got no budget, but it's a small and easy one. This next one, the Crook household. Guys, you'll love this. I made Bruce Crook, and he's a sugar daddy, and this is Belinda Crook, and she's had so much plastic surgery, and she's got a very cursed emo son called Caden, and she's also got a chavvy son called Jaden, and a little girl called Ashley. I did actually make a lot of effort to add teens into this world, because I feel like there's not many. Same with kids and toddlers, infants, like there's barely any in the base game. That's why I really wanted to just fill this world with loads of households. This one was a really fun one to make. This is a very hard challenge, because you've just got a very basic shell. I've really not given you anything here. Obviously I've put all of the hard work in terms of the shell. You've just got to put some more swatches on it, but I definitely could get overwhelming very quickly. I did give you guys an idea of a floor plan. Obviously you can completely change it yourself, but this is just how I personally would do it. So I really hope you enjoyed this one, because this one took me quite a long time to do actually, but I really love doing it. Next up, we've got this top neighborhood. My gosh, this one took me ages. So this challenge is very hard. I should have labeled it as extremely hard, because it's quite huge. So I actually tried to not use like too much space. Like the inside is actually very small, and it's because I feel like bigger is not always better with builds. So I create the illusion that it's huge. It's actually quite small on the inside, because we've got all these like big planters that you're going to put trees and stuff in. So once that's done, it shouldn't be too bad. So taking a look at the inside, you can see at the bottom we've got this. You might want to put like plants in these walls. I thought it was a fun addition. And then for this one, I also gave you guys again a blueprint with the furniture. I added some very basic furniture, which obviously you can move around and change. It's just to give you an indication of what you could do with each room in the house, because otherwise it could be very overwhelming. Like I definitely removed this kitchen and replaced it with a nicer one, and if you wanted to put the kitchen in here instead, you could, and it's fine, because it's entirely your save file. And then upstairs here I've added 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, then this could be another bedroom or an office. And then if we go over to the other side, you've got another bedroom. I put a kid's bedroom here and a bathroom. And when we take a look downstairs on the outside, we've got here, which you could turn into a patio. We've got a pool, and we've got this that you could use for a barbecue, for example. And for this one, I did not create a household, because I thought you guys need to create at least a couple of households in this save file. So for this one, you've got to create one. And I also did a basement. So the idea for this one is like you could do a gym down here, and then on the other side you could do like hobbies. So that's always a fun option for you. I really enjoyed making this. This next household is another very hard one, the one right next to it. This one I don't know if it's Mediterranean, like I was going for like Moroccan style, but I don't really know if that's what it is. The roof for this one was an absolute nightmare. It feels almost like a castle with this roof. This one, like I haven't really given you anything. You've got to do all the windows yourselves, all the doors, all of the decorating. There is no garden here, and that's because I've done like a big balcony out here, and on the inside you'll see there's a little courtyard courtyard. So as you go into the house, you can step down. I just felt like it would be really fun for you guys to try and make a courtyard because not very many people do it. And I just thought it was a nice idea to have one on the inside of a house. And we've got the upstairsy bit with it too. So I really hope that you'll enjoy doing this one. It did take me a long time to make. So if you appreciate the effort, please click the like button on this video as it helps my channel to grow. Now, as I said, every single household, like I will be honest, most of them are couples. There are not many singles. So I definitely recommend in the lots where I didn't add a household, I definitely recommend creating some hot singles for them. As I said, there are absolutely no realistic body standards in my save file. They're all extremely hot. Everybody is a baddie. There are also tons of infants, toddlers, teens, kids. So I tried to make it feel fun for a family player too. Now, at first I was thinking, should I add relationships and jobs and skills for every single household? But then I thought to myself, actually, I feel like it would be more fun if you guys went into them, because as I said before, when you go into a save file that's not yours and pre-made, if it doesn't feel like you've done anything, it doesn't feel like you own it. It's almost like you're borrowing it. So I intentionally decided not to do anything. I haven't made the neighbors get to know each other. I haven't given them jobs. I feel like you guys should do that because it helps them work towards it being your save file. This is also why I did the partial builds, so that once you've done it, it feels like yours. I've just helped you along the way. Now, you might be wondering how to download this. If you're a PC or Mac player, just click the save file link in the description and download it, and simply drag and drop it into your saves. In documents, you want to go to Electronic Arts, The Sims 4, Saves, and then just drag the save file, download file into here. It's very easy. Now, if you're a PC Mac player and that's too difficult for you, or you're a console player, you can download these really easily off the gallery. All you have to do is to take a look at the lot name itself. So this caravan is called Slipshod Mesquite. That's a very weird name. And you want to search by hashtag here and search the lot name Slipshod Mesquite Satch, all one word, as a hashtag, and you'll see the build on there and you'll see the pre-made household that goes with it. Obviously, you don't have to put in the pre-made households, but I really wanted to make them just to make it easier for you to fill it up. For this one, actually, I do recommend if you own full rent to turn it into a residential rental, but if not, you can just have like roommates or whatever. To show you another example to make sure you get it right, so this lot is the Burners and Builders Gym, as you can see in the top left. For this one, the and sign, like the sign and, doesn't actually work, so you've got to literally write the word and, as I'm doing now. Burners and Builders Satch as a hashtag, search for it and you will see it on the gallery. Again, for this one, Affluista Mansion, all you have to do is go on the gallery, search for Affluista Mansion Satch, and then once you type that in, it will just show up. And again, like for this one, Yuma Heights, you've actually got the building in there and the description does also tell you what to do. And then you've also got the pre-made household that I made for this if you want to do it. And yes, guys, if you don't have the free holiday celebration pack, what you're doing, it's literally free. So that is technically a pack that you need. Technically not base game. I definitely think the easier way of doing it is to just download it through the Sims file share link. And because I've uninstalled every single pack, there should be no issues. In terms of the manage households bin, I did evict, but I kept in all of the other ones, like the land grab family still technically exist, roomies technically exist. You may want to delete them, but I left them in there just in case you still want them walking around. I personally don't. I would delete them from mine, but I just feel like these other households, these townies I made, are a lot more fun. And this one is bundled in with the new Crest save file, so if you haven't done that one already, it will come with it too. Obviously, next up, we've got to do Willow Creek. You guys let me know if you want to see me do Willow Creek, and I will give that one a go too. If you have any questions about the save file, let me know. And again, make sure you like the video if you found it useful. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.